So for the first session of using Scratch Junior, we just want to understand how to use the controls. So I start with the Scratch cat and I go through the different coloured coding blocks down the bottom. So here's the cat, and I'm going to drag down the event when flag clicked, and let's just play with some movement. The kids love this because they instantly get a code of about 5 or 6 blocks and push the flag and it starts. Now we use the repeat forever loop and bang, things are working, it's all going good. Now I get the kids to delete their first cat sprite, use the plus button on the left hand side and choose their own sprite. And again, this is just going through the skills which we learned, so I've selected a mushroom, and we go back through the same lesson we went through at the start. When flag clicked, move, show them how to change the amount of moves. Rather than going forward, 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 they could go forward 3 times, and then we're going to bring in a repeat forever loop and test it. Perfect, it's going well. Now, once we've got our mushroom or whatever sprite you've chosen moving, again, you can look at how you can change that and modify the code. The kids enjoy this. They get to see how they are in control of what they are coding and how quick, easy and simple it is. Next, I'm going to show the students how we can use a second event. Now this event I'm going to use when pressed. This is great because it's just put the code in, tap the screen and it works. So let's change it from hi to hello everyone. Perfect, that code's there, and now every time I touch the sprite it's going to say hello everyone. The kids find this fascinating as it's instantly giving them some feedback. Now let's add a second sprite, whatever you choose. I've got a football or a soccer ball depending on where you're from, and we're going to go through that process again. When the flag is clicked, give it some movements, make it go up, make it go down, talk about the turn because that could be confusing, and then give it a test. So now in a very short space of time we've managed to code 2 sprites to work independently of each other, and we've got 2 lines of code. Really cool, the kids will be buzzing. Let's bring in a third event. Let's bring in when bumped. So that's when 2 sprites run into each other. This is a great chance for you to have sprites talk to each other, or sprites might grow larger or might grow smaller, become invisible. So let's have a play. So I'm choosing that once they've said bump, it's going to grow larger by 2 times. I think I make it grow larger by more than 2 afterwards, but I'm going to give it a wait command. So I give it a 1 second wait, and then I want it to shrink back to its normal size. If you don't do that, you can have some very large sprites on the screen. So here we go, as they bump, it says bump, and it grows bigger, waits for a second and grows smaller. Just a fun and simple animation. Now I'm going to add a third sprite. I'm going to choose a second soccer ball, and let's see what we do with that. So once the soccer ball has been added, I move it to where I wish it to start when the flag is clicked or when we begin the code, and then I'm going to have to code it. To start with, we use the flag, bring down the flag, and let's add in some movements. Again, it's just going to be simple movements of moving across the screen, so forwards, backwards, up, down, simple movements. And remember to show the children how to repeat the loop. And then I'm going to have a second bump. This one, I'm going to make it grow invisible. When it becomes invisible, let's make it wait a few seconds and become visible again. So here it is here, to visible, and off we go. Now in this lesson, we've already covered so many different parts of how to use Scratch. We've had sprites interact with each other, we have got sprites moving, we've got sprites disappearing and growing larger. I'm going to give it a title, Luke's First Lesson. And although this is quite simple, if you're a student who is 5 or 6 years old, they're going to be over the moon with what they have achieved in one short lesson. They've made an animation, they've made sprites move, they're seeing the magic of coding, and that's the key to using Scratch Junior with our students. They're going to love it. So good luck, off you go, and leave comments down below. Bye.